Hey everyone, welcome. So, this is episode 5 of Journaling My Trading Process, and today I I want to talk about value. Today, I was um I was in the bathroom and I was doing something, and then I just realized something, or let me say, I kind of understood something, and then I was pondering upon this word value. And then we are also going to talk about how it relates to our trading. How it relates to our trading. So value. I realized, do you know that value seems to be one of the most powerful assets we can have? It doesn't matter the endeavor, it doesn't matter the field we are, it doesn't matter what we are studying, it doesn't matter the country, it doesn't matter like whatever, it doesn't matter. So and I am beginning to understand something that um, when you are not valuable, you will keep chasing money for the rest of your life. You will keep chasing things. You will keep you will struggle to get things, even though not every time, but you will keep chasing things. You will struggle to get things. You will have to go the extra mile to have access to things. But when a man becomes valuable, he number one, what others are chasing, it begins to chase you. You will notice that money begins to chase you, men begin to chase you, resources begins to chase you, systems begin to chase you, structures begins to chase you, even influence begins to chase you. So when you become valuable, suddenly you no longer chase after money. Money now begins to chase you. But now the problem is that the way we were brought up, the way we were trained, is that we were taught to work for money. We were taught to chase after money. We didn't know that there's actually something that money chases after. Some men chase after money, but money is chasing after something. Money is actually looking for something, and which is value. It might be a valuable thing, or it might be a valuable person. So there's something actually more important. There's something that has more credibility than money. So I realized that when we work for money, we keep working for money for the rest of our lives. But when we chase value, then we don't, money keeps chasing after us for the rest of our life. Now you no longer need to chase after money. Instead, now the money begins to chase after you. So, and this is where the imbalance is that growing up from childhood, we were taught that we need to work for money. That's basically even the going to school, go to school, get good grades, which is very wonderful. Education is one of the most important things we need in this world. We need doctors, we need nurses, we need accountants, we need bankers, we need surgeons, we need and all we need all these professions. But that's not where it stop. That's not where it stop. We have been taught to chase after money, but we were never told that value is more important. Value is more important. When you become valuable, or you build a valuable thing, or a valuable substance, or a valuable asset. Another word for value is like we can probably say asset. When you yourself you become the asset, then it doesn't matter in this world if the economy goes down or the economy goes up. I heard a quote from someone from YouTube. It says, I heard a quote from someone from YouTube, and the person said that if I give you 10 million, you are not a millionaire. You just have millions in your account. But a millionaire is who you are. So even if I give you 1 million, somehow, that money will multiply and come back to 10 million, because a millionaire is who you are. But when you give somebody 10 million who is not a millionaire, one way or the other, maybe through expenses, through careless spending, and all of that, that money, it will just find a way to come back, to the level of mindset of that person. And I also, and something someone said again, that there's what each and every one of us, there's what we call our financial thermostat. This is the level at which we are comfortable when it comes to money. So, and this is the reason why they will say more money does not make a person richer. More money doesn't make a person richer. And this is because, for some people, maybe their financial thermostat is 1 million. That's the level they can handle. Any money that comes into their hand above that 1 million, they will just see themselves finding ways. They will just sabotage themselves. Because maybe it can come through expenses, it can come through maybe poor investments. They don't know how to handle money and all of that. So till that money comes back to the level where they are comfortable. And this thing also has to do with the psychology. You get? It also has to do with the psychology. So back to what we were saying, that value is actually more important. Value is actually more important. We should strive to become persons of value. We should strive to become valuable. Valuable. And if we can't do that, then money will begin to chase us. Men will begin to chase you. Structures, systems, resources, all these things will begin to chase you. Why? Because you are now valuable. What a powerful word. Wow. Value. Now, so let's look how this also applies into our trading, because obviously that's the essence of it. So then, if we now look at trading, we now realize that there's actually a bigger picture to it, and which, if you don't know, you will not, until your eyes are open to see. There's actually a bigger picture to it. Yeah. So we will now realize that it's not just about trading our personal funds and making money. It's not just only about making money. We now realize that we are in that process. We are trying to become something. We are trying to become the assets ourselves. The asset ourselves. Imagine now you become consistent. You become profitable and you become consistent. I don't mean going up today and going down tomorrow, but you become consistent. Now imagine being able to go anywhere in this world, be at anywhere in this world, at any time in this world. You don't need, an external force. You don't need an external intervention. You are not location bound. You are not time bound. And yeah, and you are not financially bound. You are location, geographically, and also financially free. Why? Because you yourself has become the asset. You have the capacity now to go into the market and make money. So what is that? That's value. Like, that's literally value. You have become you have become the asset yourself. You have become the asset yourself. That's value. You have become valuable. In fact, you have literally become like an ATM machine. Yeah. You have literally become like an ATM machine. And this is when you begin to see investors, you begin to see institutions, you begin to see they just reaching out, please, and all these things. So you get, so that act of you being able to consistently pull out money from the market, that's you yourself have become the asset. The asset is not just the phone or the laptop or the trading setups you are using to trade. The asset is not just the broker you're using. The asset, in fact, is not just the money you are trading with, but you yourself, you are the asset. Do you know why? Because you have the skill, and nobody in this world can ever take it away from you again. You have the skill. Whatever happens to your country, it doesn't change the fact that you have the skill set of a trader, a profitable trader for that matter. And wherever you are in this world, you can make money. You can make money. You can make money. You can definitely make money. So this is why, and also today I also understood better the reason why the process is more important. Yes, the process is more important. The process of learning how to be disciplined, the process of learning how to follow risk management, the process of learning how to be patient and wait for our setup, the process of learning how to just to stick to our strategy, stick to our confluences, and the process of being knowing how to like there are three phases to it: technique, our strategy, our risk management, and then our psychology. You know how to manage your emotions. You don't allow yourself to sabotage yourself. Yeah, when you take a loss, you know how to manage your emotions so that you don't go in and start revenge trading and then you blow up your account. And then it doesn't matter even if you got a winning trade yesterday and then today. It doesn't mean that you now up your risk. No, anything can happen. So you can manage your risk and then your strategy top notch. You are not coming into the market and looking for haphazard, scattered. You know what you are looking for. You know what you are looking for. For example, like me now, I trade ICT. And let's say now I decide to stick to the ICT 2022 model where he taught on turtle soup. What are we looking for? We are looking for a sweep of liquidity, either buy side or sell side. And then after a sweep, we are waiting for a change of state of delivery. That's a market structure shift. And then after that, our entry now, we are waiting for any of the PDR, either fair value gap or order block, or it depends on the one you prefer to trade. And then either we'll be targeting the nearest high, or you get what I'm saying, and you stick to that thing. That's what you are looking for every single time you come to the market. That's what you are looking for. And then this process now, it builds up and become into a very powerful asset. A very powerful asset. You yourself, you become the asset. You yourself become the asset. So yeah. So it's really like value is really something which I believe we should really look into. We should really look into. We can't keep chasing money for the rest of our lives. We can't keep chasing money for the rest of our lives. And this is what they are not going to tell us. Even some of these guys online, this is what they are not going to tell us. This is what they are not going to tell us. But like I said, if you don't know, you don't know until your eyes are open to see it. That value is really powerful. Value can be things. Value can be you yourself. But overall, in general, you yourself. And this is why the any investments we make in ourselves is by far better than any investment, any assets we are buying, any assets we are building, any work, businesses, real estate, stocks, even trading. Like, yes. So, and many a times when we are building something, when we are building or we are working on ourselves, and then we are not seeing immediate results, maybe probably money. So we become discouraged and we feel that we are wasting our time, especially in trading, especially in trading, especially in trading. The process is more important. Get the process right, then the money will follow automatically. The money is going to follow. The money follows the process. But we keep chasing the money, and then that's why we'll keep doing up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Meanwhile, the asset is us, and the process is chiseling us into better versions of ourselves. Better versions of ourselves. Is it this version of me? Is it the version of me that cannot stick to a 10% risk in my trading account? Or the version of me that that cannot handle a loss? A loss always make me to go into revenge trade mode. Or is it the version of me that that cannot stick to a simple process, cannot simplify? I am my on the higher time frame. My analysis is telling me buys, and then I'll go into the lower time frame. I will see candle just moving, candle will just shift a little bit, and then I will just change and then start pushing buttons till the account end up going. You get? So it's not all about funding money, because let's say now I have a problem of revenge trading, and then I lose my trading account. It's not just about me. It's not just about me looking for another money to put into the trading account to trade. Whether I put or not, the problem is there. The problem of revenge trading is there. Is there. So I need to work on myself. Okay, I need to work on myself. I need to stop this. So you see, and then when I work on myself, and then I now know how to stick. Okay, maybe I say, okay, I'm only going to be able to trade 2 times per day. It doesn't matter. Even if I take a loss 2 times, I'm done for that day. And then so you see that see where it's going to start from. Now, my next account now, I'm not going to blow it. And so long as the account is still there, I'm going to be definitely I'll be able to make profits. And from there, by compounding and all of that, you see that on the long run, it brings me profitability and consistency. So so now at that point now, it doesn't matter whether I'm in this country or that country, or it's not about the location. It's not about the money. It's not about the time. It is me now. There's something I have done to myself. I have become something. That there's something I've done to myself. I have now become something. And that thing is called a profitable trader's mindset, a profitable trader's mentality. That wherever I am in this world, I can make money. So I become the value, I become the asset myself. So that is why you see things like investing in courses, maybe mentorship, or just or not even only courses and mentorship, but just anything that will help you to learn. Just anything that is, how will I say this now? Anything that will make you will learn something, and then you will become better at that thing. You see that that's some of the most powerful investments we can make in this life. Why? Because even when we go to the other fields now, even in terms of building assets, buying assets, building businesses, investing, and all of that, we see that the a great okay, like Warren Buffett now, um we call him the greatest investor of our time. It is not just about his investments. It is about him as Warren Buffett. It is who he is. The reason why, because that same investment, you would have found probably many people who did that same investment, but they ended up with a loss. But he now did the same investments and then he found profits in that same investment. Why? Because it is Warren Buffett, it is who he is. That is what he is. So, so yes, and this is why studying is so powerful. Like just anything, like let not a single day pass that we don't do anything at all that will make us become better. We don't watch any video, we don't study any book, we don't do anything, even exercise, even eating well and all of that. So all these things are things, they are building up, they are compounding and making us to become better versions of ourselves. And all these things. Now, the thing is, now the irony of the way this thing works now is that the more we are becoming better, it doesn't matter the aspect at all, without trading or any aspect. Because even in trading, the more we are becoming better, the more now we no longer revenge trade. We no longer over risk. um we are now patient. Now me now as a person, I have been able to build the virtue of patience. So you see that the more I am becoming better, the more I can be profitable in trading aspects and then even other areas. So the more we are becoming better, the more we begin to attract these things, and then the more we begin to become valuable, and then we now see the other side of this world, because there's the other side that we don't see. For example, there are two sides. There are some, the only aspect of this world they can see is that money is scarce. But why there are others, they have seen the other side. Money is abundant. In fact, the amount of money that they do print every year. So there's enough money to go around, to circulate. You get, but it is based on how do we see it. There are some, they see, okay, money is scarce, and you hear things like, do we plug money from the tree? Do you, and all of that. But actually, money is abundant. Money is abundant. Just because you don't know how to get it does not mean that it is not, it is true. So, yes. So, in application to my trading, I realized that I need to focus more on the process. I need to focus more on becoming better. Becoming better. So instead of me looking at my P&L or looking at how my balance, my equity is fluctuating, instead of me looking at all those things, what I should look at is, am I following my plan? Okay. Am I now able to stick to risk? I decide I want to risk only 10%. Am I able to stick to risk? Am I now able, do I still sabotage myself? And the more I keep hammering on these things, I'm becoming better. And then before I know it, the money, so I will end up making money along the line. And lastly, because this industry, except maybe we are here for just a short time, we just want to do it, maybe gambling and all of that. But if we want to build a long lasting legacy, want to build profitability, want to be consistent over a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, where we get to the point whereby we no longer need to worry about money ever again, then we need to focus on these things. We need to focus on the process. Once the process becomes right, then the other things begins to fall in place. Your P&L automatically begins to grow. Why? You now understand. We now understand. So automatically our P&L begins to grow. We begin to make more money. We can handle larger accounts now and all of that. So we now see that it is we'll now see that it's actually a thing of sizing up. Sizing up. The same process, the same me that is able to manage a $10 account, the same me that will be able to manage a $10 million account. So we'll now see that it is the same discipline. It's actually the same discipline. It's actually the same discipline. Now, the only difference now is that the figures are now larger. Figures are now larger. And truly, truly, you become valuable because these kind of traits, they are very rare. They are very rare. They are very rare. Very rare. And 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 um and these are the kinds of people that institutions are looking for, investors are looking for, because they are looking for systems or persons where they can channel their funds, um, um, trusted, solid systems or persons. And this is why I say that you will now see the other side of the world. And this side now is the side of value, where you don't chase after things again. Things now begin to chase you. Why? Because that is who you have become. That is who you have become. So thank you very much for staying through to this point. And so think on my next video, we're gonna do analysis and look at charts. And thank you so much for staying through. And I don't know if it makes sense, but I just felt I should talk and just comprehend on value. Value. It doesn't stop here. You can still do further research. But I think value is still important, and we need to give it attention. We need to give it attention. Thank you, and thank you so much.